Hey everybody, welcome back to Stranded. Hope you're having a great day today. It's time for a music night. Everybody's having a good time inside the house, and I'm starting to open things up a little bit here too, as I'm slowly getting to the point where I can now move our workbenches into their new home. So this is where we're gonna have a workbench here, and I'm gonna take the tailoring bench. We're gonna move that over right here. So this is our little workshop area, and we'll have shelves along the outside for all the different crafting resources and stuff. It does seem like they started moving things like food into here, and I wish they wouldn't have. I did get to it just a little late. Tried to deselect all. I would like all the finished things to go here, but I'll deal with the storage and stuff later. It's not that big of a deal. What I'm really trying to do, though, is empty this area out as best as I can. Some of this grain you can see is highlighted green. It's going to spoil soon. There's like 1,000 grain that's going to expire. As you could see, that's not an issue. I don't care. What I do care, though, is that we don't store grain here anymore. So it's just a matter of basically not harvesting this unless you have a place to put it. And right now, I just don't have that happening. I've also gone in and I've made growing areas for the heptagonia. I've got it over here. I've also got a little one right here if they ever get to it. And then there's another one right here. I'm just kind of spreading this around because its best fertility is right up against the cliffside here. And we're not going to use that area for anything else. So, yeah. I really do wish that... I just can't hear it. Yeah, it's just the game music. It's not even in the background as far as I can tell. I really wish I could hear that hand pan, man. But everybody's having a nice music night as Talus is doing some good stuff there. So anyway, we need more food to be cooked. I need to get people on that some more. So I'm gonna focus now on making sure that we have food constantly in stock, because I'm sick of people having to just eat, which some of them are choosing to just straight up eat the sweet syrup, and I get that, but I would really like to have more options available for people. And part of that process is moving this stuff. So he's going to sleep. No, he's moving this. Part of the process is getting a lot of this other stuff out of here, and so that we can have all the cooking ingredients and stuff along these shelves, and just have, in general, I'm not going to have Simon do it because he doesn't like doing it. I'm going to have Alice go ahead and do it again. So with this stuff out of the way, what I can do now is I can start moving the table and stuff over. And I think I'll get this to be probably along the wall would be acceptable, although I worry that I won't be able... No, I should be able to, because that stool works to do this. So I think I'm going to do it this way. I think it's because there's room to walk behind it, though. I'm going to move the table here, just so there's room to walk behind it. And then that means this will get moved over to here. This will get moved like that. Yep. And then like that. And then like that. And I may end up tearing some of this down. I may not need it. So if it isn't needed, then it isn't needed. To have that much storage space. But a lot of the storage that was this area, this was for crafting supplies, that's all here now. Crafting supplies will actually be in here, and I'll go in and fine-tune this offline. I'm not gonna walk you guys through filtering different storages for different purposes, but I'll go ahead and do that after this video once I got all the storages built. Ideally, this would go away. We would not have this anymore. This is supposed to be temporary. It's supposed to be something that we do because we can't do anything else. It's become this, well, at least for the last year, it's been quite permanent, and I would rather it not be. I'm wondering if I should close the gate, not let these guys in. Laura, where are you planting? Oh, definitely. We want those for sure. All those trees need to be cut down for sure. Okay, so anyway, that's what I'm on about right now. The heat wave is over, so this stuff is running again, which is good, although it looks like one of them isn't running. Does it need repaired? Looks like it needs repaired, baby. Yeah, so Jack, I'm gonna have you go do that as soon as you're all full. No, it looks like Han's gonna do it. No, he's not. He's not going to do it. You're going to do it. Han is going to cook. For Christ's sake, Han. All right? This is not a difficult task. Okay, Han, uber priority is cooking. What are you doing other than this, okay? Why are you doing the handling instead of the cooking? You know what? You're probably doing it because it's... All right, it's in the oven. So this is the thing that keeps bugging me, and it keeps distracting me. And not just distracting is the wrong word. Confusing me is like, why can't I use the stove? And it's just because this stuff takes a while to cook. So we need more than one stove. We're gonna tear down the stone table and the chairs. We do not need them anymore. And we are instead going to get a longer wooden table like this. And this is where people are now going to sit down and chill and, you know, have a good time and whatever, right? This is where that's going to happen now. Then once this is out of the way, what we'll do is we'll get a second stove and kind of make this like its own little official kitchen kind of setup. I do kind of wish I could have countertops and stuff for prepping, but that doesn't seem to be necessary with this game because they just basically prep everything right here. So it's just the way that is, I guess. So I'm going to move this, which currently is storing the emergency rations. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, the sweet syrup's in here too. We're going to move this, this little box, and it's going to sit underneath this window once this is all done. So let's get... see, Laura's gonna go get something to eat too. I'm gonna have one of these guys tear this down. Oh, Han's gonna do it. All right, good. So when Han's being done doing that, what's your construction skill at? 2? I guess I could get you to have construction skills too. We just don't have the wood for this, so I'm gonna have you cut down the tree outside, even though it's raining. So with this stuff out of the way, I'm now going to copy the stove, and we'll go ahead and have this. I think I want it to be here. 2 stoves, kind of like this. And then what I was going to do, which I need to rethink this now, actually, because I want a freezer as well. I think what has to happen is the window either needs to go away or move. I'm going to try moving it to here. It won't be enough. No, it won't be enough. We're gonna just go ahead and deconstruct that window. It's in the way. I want a freezer here. So that'll be the next thing we do once we've built the tables and stuff again. Now we've got tailoring happening over here. Jackson here doing that, and you can see that this is not turned on. We need to turn that on. Hopefully the batteries are good now. Very good. We can turn off the power cell. Who can do that? Simon is almost done with the graphene solar cells research. I'd like him to stick to that. Jack's going to bring that here. So what I want this shelf to be, I'm going to temporarily stop and do storage stuff, I guess. What I want this stuff to be is apparel, weapons, and probably medicines and stuff, first aid kits, healing bombs, etc. could all go here too. Smoke leaf pipes, if we make them, could go here as well. But primarily it's this stuff, the stuff that we're making. Liquid fuel, all that stuff should go here too. So liquid fuel is a processed good. It's an ending good, if you will. We could also put dried smoke leaf and stuff here too, but I think maybe I'll have like another couple of storage chests or something to do that. We're also fermenting stuff here. Could be good for the antibiotics. So I could place that on the shelf here too. So maybe we'll say medicines can go here too, I suppose. But nothing else will go in this spot. So Jack should go ahead and just be drafted there. We're going to have you finish the metal shelf. Currently unable. Why? Why are you currently on? Oh, okay. It's just like this middle ground, right? There's just something going on here. And then we're missing resources for the air conditioner. I suspect it's because it takes electronics. Is that how that works? No, it takes CPU cores. We don't have that. So instead of this, we can just go ahead and tear that down. Instead of this, what we'll do is we'll put in a vent up here, and it should vent to the other side pretty well. So we'll just put this maybe above here. And if we do that, it will at least allow the climate control heating, or the cooling, I guess, it will at least allow that to flow into this room a little bit more evenly. So that'll help out a bit. So that's what we want, the finished stuff to be there. And then what we'll do is I'm going to, I guess we'll copy the shelves, and I think it'll be along this wall. What we'll do with this long shelf here along this wall, maybe not the whole... Do I want more benches and stuff in here? No, it needs to be storage. I'm going to put a whole bunch of storage right here, which we'll do with wood. We've got some left over. Jack can go ahead and do that instead of the tailoring for now. And I think, Talus, I'm going to wake you up and deconstruct the window. And then I think I also want you to go ahead and construct the table as well. So just get that going so we can get our freezer in. And so what we want to do now is we're going to go into, is it furniture? Storages? There it is. Freezer. It takes 2 electronics, so we're not going to be able to have it yet, but as we get more electronics, it'll work. And I do want to remake this kitchen. I think the kitchen does need remade. Redesigned is probably a better term. We can mark that here, but no, I think I'm going to redesign everything here. And part of that redesign, I think, is going to be moving the fridge 2 spaces so that it's here. Just thinking here. Yes, I think we'll move the stove, the fridge to here, and then, or it could be here. I'm basically going to have a fridge or a freezer here and a fridge or a freezer here. I just don't know what order they're going to be in, but that's how they're going to be arranged. And then the stoves will be, I want to say back to back might be the most space efficient, but maybe not. I haven't quite gotten that far. I do think that this window probably needs to move now, though. And I think we'll move it over on this side. We'll say that we move this window to be here, so we can overlook that. I like the idea of walking up the stairs and being able to see inside, but it's going to get in the way of the cooking and everything, so I'm not going to allow that to happen right now. Jack's going to come in to eat, and then I'm going to have him, once he's done building this, I can have him move the window. Talus eats a lot faster. Is that manipulation skill? Is that what that is? 25% more movement speed and manipulation efficiency. I suppose manipulation counts with, like, manipulating the food, I guess. We'll have you go ahead and make the chair then. Jack, can you move the window, please? Which is as simple as just taking it out and putting it over there. Okay. Good. Next then is to move this so that it's out of the way so I can move the other thing. So the fridge is going to move one over, and so this will end up being here. Talus, go ahead and do that for me, please. There we go. And then I think I'm going to move the stove. Since the fridge will be here, the stove, I think we're going to end up having them back to back. So it's going to end up being like this. And then we'll have a copy of it also being here. We'll have 2 stoves like this. So that'll move the stove there. I think I'll go ahead and move the fridge now, and it can go not there, but here. So one more thing for Talus to do. Move this here. Good. Now what I can do is I can get that, where is it? Get the freezer queued up. I'm going to have that here. Now, there is a gap right there. I get that there's a space in the room where, like, there's nothing there. I was kind of hoping I could put something that's decorative or whatever in there, but it doesn't look like that's really possible. So one other thing we could do is maybe shift something that doesn't need to be accessed all the time, like the air conditioner, and we could put that in here. And if I did that, then maybe I could, it's not going to have a meaningful effect. Yeah, never mind. It's not going to have a meaningful impact. So is there anything else I could put there then? Something that's you know, maybe decorative. Do we have anything that can go in that spot? Maybe a low battery sensor could go there. I don't know. Something that doesn't need accessed by people is what I'm looking for. So, like, it needs to exist, but nobody really needs to do anything with it. And that doesn't look like it's a thing. So, all right, it'll just be this corner for now. Like, there's no potted plants, that kind of thing, right? To make everything nicer. We could put a fan, I suppose. It says decreases the temperature in a 4-meter radius, increases overall room temperature in the process. So like, that's what fans do, right? They push the heat. So if you're standing right next to it, then you're feeling cooler. But if you're away from the fan, the room is actually warmer. Maybe a thermostat. Maybe a thermostat. Or a wall lamp for additional lighting in here or something. Like maybe a day-night sensor. I don't know. Like, I'll find something that I can put there. Whether or not it'll even allow me to place it there, I have no idea. But I could probably find something that can go there, I guess. All right. So next to build, pretty much everybody is sleeping right now. I don't want to wake up Jack. Talus is sleeping. I guess I'll wait. There is Han. He's technically not asleep yet. He's just going to get something to eat. I could tell him to construct the stove. Poor Han. Soaking wet, cold, freezing temperatures, tired. I'm just working this guy to the bone, man. Eat your sweet bits. Your sweet meat bites. Don't eat your sweet bits. Don't do that. Just your sweet meat bites. Now he's got burnout. Well, go to sleep. And then Jack's pretty much rested. Yeah, Talus is pretty much rested. Jack's going to wake up and finish this. Yeah, let's just go ahead and wake him up. And then what we want to do is copy the recipes. Is that not possible? Doesn't look like it. All right, well, we'll have 2 stoves anyway. And then what we'll do is we'll just have, like, maybe the hot drinks and stuff. One of these could be quick recipes. The other ones could be more involved. So we'll say the sweet meat bites goes here. And perhaps we do that until we have 3 of them. We could do the tasty recipes veggie pizza. Do that until you have like 5 of them. We could do meat pie. We actually have the ability to do that with cactus fruits now. So let's say, you know, we do that until we have 5 of them. And then over here, we'll have just the quick recipes. So this one won't have that one anymore. Won't have this one anymore. The tea, we could have the tea go in both, I suppose. So T-Ball's tea could be here until we have, let's say, 10 in stock. And it's down the list a little bit more, right? And then we could also have coffee, rejuvenating cereal. Use some of that grain to do coffee. And then over on this one, we'll take the meat stew out of it. This will be grain porridge and meat soup. T-Ball's tea, coffee, mushroom croquettes can go over here. Like, so the bigger stuff can go over on this one, just to kind of get it out of the way. We could also make bread. Tasty bread with grain and oil. It has a 12 happiness effect, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time to make it, right? Kind of like, it's an hour and a half to make it. Maybe that is a long time. Sweet meat bites is 2 hours, 2.5 hours for this. Ratatouille is 2 hours. We could have ratatouille. We're gonna have ratatouille. Just have one though. I don't want to go crazy on the ratatouille. All right. Unpowered devices. We got a bit of a power issue, looks like. Probably because our solar panel is not effective in the rain. Yeah, status is off. Not that effective in the rain. So we're on batteries until I turn this back on. Unless the research is done. So close. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this back on. Power cell is going back on. You're playing darts. Let's not interrupt the darts. Heaven forbid we interrupt the darts. Instead, I think we'll have Rita, instead of harvesting this thing that's most likely going to go bad soon. I'll let you do it. Whatever. Hugh, Laura, quick. Come over here and flip the switch on this. There you go. More power for us. There's no wind. Interesting that the storm It's not really a storm. It's just rain. But it's interesting that there's just no wind right now. Like, not even a little bit. It's like the game says all or nothing. It doesn't really give me... There's not like 4, right? It'd be nice if that was a thing. Han, you're equipping a jacket, looks like. Let's get you to construct this first instead. And then I want... Yeah, we have enough antibiotics. Is there anything else I can ferment? No? Maybe we'll be able to ferment other things later in the future. And then this needs to be turned on, so now it is. And then Han, could you build this light right here? Thank you much. All right, Jack, I want you to create some electronics. We don't have any in stock, and this is a pretty high priority. I do wish that I could set workplaces to individually, like, set workplaces to priorities, because I would love electronics to be a bigger priority than clothing. This doesn't seem to be a thing yet. Yeah, so this is a relaxing place to sit down. We got darts, we got the air right there, and then all of this stuff needs to be moved. So we're going to say that we don't want, I think, anything in here. Let's tell them to keep this empty. Yeah, for a little bit, we're going to say keep this empty so they move these resources to other places. And then once we have the electronics... Yeah, we already have the alloys delivered, so it's just the electronics now, and then we'll have a freezer. Then we'll have a lot less problems with food rotting because we can store it. Not really the grain. I really do think we have too much grain, but the reason why I did that was because Jack's favorite thing, and then initially Jack's favorite thing was grain porridge. And we didn't have a whole lot of options for cooking, but now we have more options for cooking that don't require grain. So perhaps it's probably better to maybe switch the crop. But I think after this harvest, I might change the crop to something else. I'll probably, most likely what'll happen is I'll just remove the field entirely. Let's say here. I'll remove the field here. Leave this one as grain, and then this will either get changed into something else or left open for construction at some point. Maybe my solar farm will be right here instead. Really does depend on how fast we can get the graphene stuff done. And really, the graphene solar panels require electronics anyway, so we still can't build those. So, like, we're gonna need, I guess, like, I don't know. Let's say we need 12 electronics. I think so. We'll say I want you to do this until we have 8 in stock. And then I'm gonna temporarily pause. Kind of do wish I could just universally pause the entire thing instead of pausing individual constructions, but I mean, you'll stop making clothes once we have them in stock, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. But the freezer is something I want up before I get this, and we can deal with the power cell for now. It's got 9 days left in it. You know, we can charge the battery up. We can flick it on and off too. There's the wind. Wind is back. Because we are using enough power, though, it doesn't look like we'll really be able to keep the battery operational without the power cell. At least not at night, anyway. It's supplying 20, but as soon as it goes night, it stops supplying that. Graphene solar cells are done. So, go into here. And again, it's 3 electronics, but these are way more efficient. And so this is ultimately what we'll end up putting here instead. We'll have one here. And I'll queue up 2 of them. We may end up moving them somewhere else too. I might have them over here, you know, or yeah, maybe right back in here instead of putting them in the front. But I think just the placement for now is fine. These are things that are very easy to move later once they're built. Let's take a look at expeditions really quick. I'm wondering if maybe we can find the electronics faster. We have spaceship debris. I could send Jack on an expedition to go get it. Yeah, half the time, pretty much what we get is just... wait, where Jack, he's eating first. You don't have to eat, though. You're going on a cruise. A balloon ride, really. Not less a cruise, more of a balloon ride. But yeah, we'll send you out with a balloon and just see if you can get electronics for us. If you can do that faster, that'd be great. All right, I'm gonna let it run for a little while. You can see, again, we have a lot of grain that's expiring. It's gonna rot away. I don't care. This is ready to harvest, so I'll be right back. Okay, Jack returned from his expedition, and he was given a choice between this, like, basically there's several different resources sitting out, and he's given the choice between bringing in grains, which I don't need, or first aid kits. And so obviously without needing grain, I went ahead and chose the first aid kits. So much grain in storage. There's, look at this, enough for 1,316 meals. Nobody should be going hungry. As long as you're allowed to eat grain straight up, which you're not allowed to eat grain straight up. So we don't need as much grain as we have. So I am going to go ahead and remove this field. This is no longer a field we're planting. The crops that are here will continue growing. We'll harvest them, but we're only going to replace the crop in this little bit here. And this will end up being, I think, where we're going to have some power infrastructure, maybe. Or I could have another building built here. What I really need, above everything else, is more people. I gotta have more people. It's I don't know, like, I go on all these expeditions and I don't find anybody, right? And it looks like we're out of fuel now. Oh yeah, so that has to be a big priority. When Simon wakes up, I'm making salmon tonight. When Simon wakes up, we will, look at that, it's actually -2 with the power cell on during the night. Yikes. Simon wakes up, he will go into crafting instead of research. I don't think I need... Well, I would like to create concrete, right? That was the whole goal. Start creating concrete. So, yeah. And then we want an orbital radio, too. The landing spot needs to be placed on very strong floors. I wonder if outdoors counts. It is a landing spot, after all. I think I'm going to cut this down. Right here. Like, harvest all of these T-balls, cut the whole thing down, and put a more organized T-ball field right here. We don't need a whole lot of them, and this is taking up a lot of space that I would rather have for other things. So I think I'm going to do that instead. We do have a ton of trees planted, so eventually we'll have a good amount of wood from that. We still have all this, and then this is going to get replaced too with another building. So, yeah. I'm going to let it run. I don't have a... Making videos for this game is, I think, pretty challenging because there's a lot of downtime, right? It's casual, you know, until there's a fight, and then it's awesome. But it's about the same for me as making videos for Rimworld. We've tried it over and over again. On Twitch, actually, Rimworld is my second most streamed game on Twitch in all of the 6 years that I streamed there. For streaming, it works great because you can have that interaction, and you're everything's cool, and you're hanging out. It's like a hangout with chat, and you can talk with people and stuff. But making videos, it's harder to do. I'm gonna let it run, and hopefully we'll get the fortifications. They're already done. See, fortifications are done. So the next time there's a fight, next time there's a threat, and they spawn back here, we'll see if they all decide to go this way instead. Maybe that will solve some of the pathing issues. If they all have to go one direction, then they don't have to decide. Okay, so the camp is now about to get attacked again. This time by 4 of the big nasties. These dudes. Hopefully the Junos will finally get a chance to see what they're like to fight. There's 150 health on each one of these things, so a single shot compared to 10 right here, right? So a single shot from Jack's gun is not likely to be enough. However, we did find that pulse rifle a little while ago, and I'd like to get somebody to go ahead and use it. So Simon's got pretty good combat skills, and actually I should check out what they're currently using. So Simon's got a bow and arrow, so the pulse rifle makes a lot of sense as a good upgrade for him. So we'll get him with a pulse rifle. He should go and get it. It's just sitting out here in the open, which is no good. In fact, all these things that we got are just sitting out here in the open because apparently they just don't have a place. That's really strange. Can we I don't have any storage for these things. I think that's why there's no place. Well, the first aid kits, we should totally have a place for those. Can we haul the scrap metal too? We should have a place for that too. But now everything goes in over there. So Simon now has the pulse rifle. Short range emits pulse waves which slow down or stun all hostiles in their way. So this is not a damage dealing rifle. It's not a damage dealing gun. And I just feel like having all of these guys with pulse rifles I don't know, man. I mean, if we can pulse them to make them stop right here, like right here, then I guess that's fine because they just constantly get roasted, but it's a little bit meh. I don't know. Not a big fan. We have no fuel to restock that with. Thankfully, the solar flare is done and our battery is full, so we can proceed with getting our defenses back up and running. But it's just about whether or not these guys are going to actually make it to us or not. They seem pretty hungry. We do have the defenses up, right? Over here. Where is it? Right over here. We do have the defenses up completely now. So it's just, again, I don't know if that's going to deter them from going around or if they're going to attack the fence anyway and then come. I have no idea. I guess we'll find out. I hope they come from this side. I hope, since there's nothing to tear down, there's no walls to get to chew through, they'll come all the way over here. It's just a longer distance, but this also gives them the maximum potential to run into other predators and to have to fight other things, right? Things like this are just hanging out near my base, and they won't be able to get out from this side either. So they're going to be hanging out here for a while. So maybe that will help us out too. I don't know. I've reduced the size of our grain field right here. It's just this little bit here. I'm also reducing the size of the glitter caps. We have too many of those too. So now it's a small field, and we'll see what goes. The ideal is over time, all of this stuff either spoils or gets eaten or whatever, but we want to get the storage space back. And so in order for that to happen, I gotta have these things spoil. I basically need everything to spoil. What I could maybe do, since some of the stuff has a shorter shelf life when it's outside, right? Like 18 days outside. I could just tear down this, and then everything underneath this would then just, go away. That would be the fastest way to get rid of the stuff that's in here. But, I'm not really in a hurry, I guess. I shouldn't probably be in a hurry to get rid of the stuff. If we can use it, we could use it. Let's go ahead and make this field even smaller. Right about there should be good. And now our tree field is going away too, making room for another building right here. All right, let's check out and see what's happening here. The bugs are coming around. They're going that way. They always do this. They go right there, and then they're like, oh wait, I can't get through there. And then they eventually work it out. The big guys, where are the big guys at? Junos. Where are they at? I want to see them. I don't see the Junos. They're going to do this too. They're going to go this way. Yeah, here they are. I think they're going to get distracted again. I really should bring this up to the devs. Say, hey guys, is there anything you guys can do about pathing? Because everybody's very confused and my enemies keep spawning behind me and they don't know how to get to me. I still don't have to fight these guys if they can't get to me. I mean, this is like the best defense ever, right? Terrible. It's simultaneously the best and also terrible at the same time. All right, well, I mean, I'm gonna have to wait for the bugs to get over here if they ever do. Lara's already working her way out here, so what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and handle the machine gun turrets. There we go. Now the defenses are on. Lara, you should not be going out that way. Yeah, you're harvesting all this stuff, which really, we don't need any more food. I'm gonna stop her. We just don't need this anymore. No need to harvest, no need to mine. I think I want you to maybe just look at deliveries, transporting and handling things. I mean, we probably need somebody to do that if there's anything construction-wise, I suppose. But I think handling and delivering is just going to be your jam for a little bit. We don't need anything, as far as, yeah, handling the furnace and stuff. That's fine. We just don't need anything harvested, so whatever. All right. Well, the bugs can make it. See, the thing is, the bugs can make it, right? It's not too confusing for the bugs. So the pathing shouldn't be messed up. It's not too confusing for some enemies, but it's just too confusing for these enemies. Highly intelligent insects, it said. So like some of them can get to me just fine. I don't get why it's good for some and not for others. Oh, Lara, what are you... Oh, Han's doing harvesting now. All right. Activities. No hunting, no harvesting, no planting. Han, you're not doing this either. No harvesting, no planting, no mining. Go cooking. You probably don't have to cook anymore, actually, because it's all good. So delivering and handling is your jam. Yeah, unless there's something to cook. Please go back inside. Same thing with you. The bugs are coming. Stay inside. Make sure there really needs to be a designation for this, like, you know, please stay in the wall kind of designation, like an allowed and not allowed area designation. I mean, Rimworld has it, right? Rimworld does that, where you can tell them that they're allowed or not allowed, right? There's lots of that stuff. They need that in this game too. Bing, bing, bing. Dead, dead, dead. Machine guns are just going to make quick work of these things. I have zero concerns about my ability. Oh my god. You're such an idiot. Go this way. Why are you out here? I don't remember you being out here. Get inside. Damn ya. You're trying to handle the furnace. The problem is like all of the wood we have is over here now. It's outside the fence. Right? So eventually I'm going to need this fence to go that way, and then that way all of this will be in the fence. We just don't have that right now. But the animals are still coming into the camp, not going after Talus, so I got to just keep an eye on that. I guess it's fine. Nope. You guys are just really dumb. Everyone's really dumb. You just don't... They need it bad. A stay in the fence designation for people. Stay in safe area or whatever. Safe zone. Safe zone needs to be a thing for your colonists. All right, so where are we now with the rest of the enemies? These guys are confused. Yep. So these bugs are confused, and so are those. I mean, I can't have hard mode, right? I don't know. I can't have hard mode if this is going to happen every single time. Like, I still have yet to fight these guys. I mean, I could just walk over there, but why do that? The defenses are set up to protect us. They need to not spawn back here. You know? Maybe I need to build something. Maybe that's my solution will be. I'll build something over here and build something over here. And perhaps that will stop them from spawning here. And then they can then spawn where I'd like them to spawn, which would be over here or over here. I mean, over here would be terrible now because they have to go all the way around. Well, they might be able to make their way, yeah, down this canyon like this. But ideally, the enemies should be spawning out here, and they never do. It's almost like this is super safe, and they just never spawn here. I've had them spawn here once. That was it, you know? And then at the very beginning of the game, they spawned here. But yeah, anything spawning back here is just like instantly bugged out. And now they're all walking that way. So that's it. They're giving up. They're retreating. We're not going to have to fight them again. So I'm going to have to work on that. Maybe I'll take a break from this game for a little while to bring this up to the devs and be like, hey guys, can we do something about this? Is there anything I can... I mean, I don't even know if I can get in touch with them. I've never communicated with these devs, so I have no idea. So, yeah, disappointing. I'll say it, to say the very least, disappointing. Also, the fact that Jack is willing to go way outside here and go all the way over there by himself when this is on the map, right? That's, again, additional silliness and pathing that they absolutely should not do. But here they are doing it. And get back inside, please. Just get back inside. I mean, I get that scavenging is your job, but there needs to be some sort of contextual intelligence to your characters so that they don't put themselves in risky situations. And if it's like Rimworld, I would make a zone and say this is an allowed zone and this is not an allowed zone. I don't have a way of doing that, unfortunately. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here and say thank you for watching. I'm then going to reload this save a little bit, play around until this happens again, and then report this bug, and then find a way, if I can, to get in contact with these guys and see if there's anything they can do. Okay? So thank you for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.